Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Welcome. I am Dr. Raven Milton, Form D, and this is another episode of RX Info on the Go, where I provide information to you that you didn't really need you need know, where you really didn't know you needed to know. That didn't come out right. I'm silly, y'all, so just bear with me. I'm going to take a couple of moments to like, tag, and share. And I ask that you would do the same as well. Tag someone that you know that needs to get some of this information. We are discussing vitamin K today. So it's going to be short and sweet because vitamin K doesn't have that much data behind it. However, I'm going to give you what I have and we can go from there. So, I want to take a few minutes just to get some people on. You see me looking down. That is me like, tagging, and sharing, trying to get some people on. And I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Let's see. Okay. If you know somebody that really needs this information, please do me a favor, like, tag, and share. I would really appreciate it. And also, if you don't know, if you are on my main page, the page that says Dr. Raven Milton, head on over to my business page, the one that says Dr. Raven Form D, and like that page. I currently have about 2,000 followers and subscribe our friends actually on my regular page, my regular Dr. Raven Milton page. And I'd like to convert that over to my business page so that you get to get all of this information and don't miss anything. There's a lot of information, of course, that I put on my personal page. You know, there's things that I try to copy both to each page, but you will definitely get all of the information um, that I am presenting on the business page. That way, you won't miss any of my posts, or you won't miss any time that I do go live. It'll all be on Dr. Raven Form D. And there's also links to my website as well over there and to my YouTube page. So, YouTube channel. So, do me a favor and, head over there, like, tag, and share. I would appreciate it. I hope you can hear me. Hey, Apostle, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up because I had some difficulty with volume last time around. I just want to make sure that we are clear with volume before I start getting into it. Let's see. Joy as well. I see you have hopped on, my bestie. I was bringing the word last night. I love it. Talking about King of Kings on our True Church channel. If y'all have not checked out our True Church um, YouTube channel and our Facebook page, you will get so much information about the word there. It just things that'll blow your mind. So please go check out my church's um, homepage. We have a lot of things going on, and I'm gonna just say it. Yay! Thank you. You can hear very good. Um, I'm just gonna say it. I love my church. They are who inspired me to do this, and with hearing from God. So God has a big place in my life. He leads me through all that I do, and my church has been a big part of that as well. And so I'm so grateful for that. So now that I know everybody can hear, let's go. We have vitamin K that we're talking about. And on the post that I made, the vitamin K1 and vitamin K2, there are two different versions, actually more like 8 versions, but we typically only hear about vitamin K1 and vitamin K2. And actually, vitamin K2 has been talked about a little bit more lately than vitamin K1, which is quite interesting because all of a sudden it was just vitamin K. Nobody was really talking about K1 versus K2. And then bam, K2 pops up on the scene with vitamin D3 as a product that they've been marketing. So I'll tell you why that's happening in a little bit. So first, let's go over what vitamin K is. So vitamin K is one of your vitamins in that you do need in your body. It is a fat soluble vitamin that is, and also it is what helps you to make proteins that are necessary for blood clotting. It is also necessary for bone metabolism. So if you are someone who's having issues with blood clotting, vitamin K is one of those vitamins that you need to pay attention to, as well as if you are a patient of osteoporosis. Your doctor has talked to you about your bone density. That's going to be a vitamin that you want to pay attention to as well. So that starts with that. It's really basic on vitamin K. Those are really the only two things that you're going to see vitamin K involved with: protein synthesis of your blood clotting protein and bone metabolism. So the recommended intake of vitamin K is going to be 90 micrograms for women and 120 micrograms for men. Now, you can get vitamin K in a lot of sources of food, but it's going to be mostly your leafy green vegetables, your green leafy vegetables, rather. You can get it also in vegetable oils and some fruits. But if you are a huge kale, spinach, broccoli eater, you're getting vitamin K, especially if you're eating it on a daily basis. You can get that vitamin K in with no problem. The problem is with vitamin K, though, it is better absorbed or readily available, I guess is the best way to put that, readily available through supplements versus through your food. When you are taking a supplement, you're getting more of the vitamin K in your system than what you would with the food. It would take high volumes of that kale, spinach, broccoli. So if you are one that eats kale, spinach, broccoli on a daily basis, you have no problems. If you're kale, spinach, broccoli every once in a while, then you're not getting as much vitamin K as you normally would get on a regular basis. But fret not, you can also get vitamin K through your multivitamin. So if you take a multivitamin that has vitamin K in it, you are meeting that daily requirement. That's you won't have to worry about taking an additional supplement unless you're instructed by your physician. So K2, vitamin K2, you can get that one in fermented foods such as like cheese. So if you're a big cheese lover, you're most likely getting that vitamin K2. And vitamin K2, remember, is the one that leads to the bone density and bone health. Vitamin K1 is the one that is for blood clotting. So when you're thinking about your vitamin Ks and how they split up, vitamin K1 deals with blood clotting, vitamin K2 deals with bone health. Let's go. All righty. So you will see supplements of vitamin K1 and vitamin K2. Yes, it's in cheese, Joy. um, so you will, or anything that's fermented, actually. So if you are thinking about what those fermented foods are, you're going to get that vitamin K2 source from that. Now, you can also get vitamin K1 typically over the counter in either a 100 microgram or 500 microgram supplement if you are needing to supplement in with an over the counter item. In addition to that, vitamin K2 is available, but we typically see vitamin K2 paired with vitamin D3. Lately, it's been something that they've been promoting on Amazon and different channels. I've even seen it on TikTok. For some reason, there's been a huge uptake in vitamin K2, vitamin D3 products, that combination. Now, that combination can help with your bone health, but it's really not necessary unless you have been diagnosed with osteoporosis or some type of situation going on with your bone health. Typically your doctors will have you on vitamin D and calcium if you're having issues with your bone health, but vitamin K has been known to slow the calcification of your heart, or the overproduction of calcium. So if your doctor says, hey, I need to add on a vitamin K, and that's what he's doing there, is helping with the bone synthesis, or the proteins that help to metabolize your bones. But in addition to that, the vitamin K paired with the vitamin D is helping to strengthen your bones. So that's kind of that goal there. In addition to that, it helps to control the amount of calcium that you have in your body, so that you're not having an overproduction of calcium, which would lead to some calcification in the heart. Now, this is just a theory that they're talking about, which is kind of why it's been that uptake. It's a theory that would help with your cardiovascular health as well. Because when you think about the calcification of arteries, you're thinking about the hardening of your arteries, and you're thinking about coronary artery disease or heart attacks. So if you're seeing that uptake, that's going to be why. There's been big talk about vitamin D and vitamin K, is to try to lower the amount of calcium in your arteries, to keep those arteries from calcifying, but also to help your bones get better. Now, vitamin K deficiency is really not an issue for a normal, healthy person. Um, Vitamin K deficiency is really more of an issue for someone who has a bleeding disorder, or someone who would have a malabsorption disorder. That means that they can't absorb the nutrients that they would normally absorb on a regular basis in their gut. And then newborns. Newborns are given one dose of a vitamin K injection at birth. And that's done because the vitamin K does not cross over from the placenta to the newborn at birth. So once they cut that umbilical cord, all sources of vitamin K for that newborn is done, it's gone, and it does not cross over. So you would need to give that newborn a injection just at birth, and that helps to boost their vitamin K right away. Drug interactions. So if you heard me earlier talk about blood clotting and vitamin K, one thing if would come to mind for those who are, kind of familiar with it, warfarin. Warfarin and vitamin K interact because they work against each other. Um, it works actually, warfarin works in opposition to vitamin K, because what it is a blood thinner. It needs to thin your blood. So what happens when you're taking warfarin is that it depletes vitamin K. What doctors will have you do is you will have to monitor your INR in order for you to know if your vitamin K is being depleted, because you don't want to have no vitamin K. You still need to have some vitamin K in your body, even when you're on a blood thinner. They're going to, combat each other, and you want to make sure those vitamin K levels are healthy. And what doctors will have you do is to monitor when you are on warfarin. He or she will have you monitor your vitamin K levels through monitoring your INR. And you can make adjustments from there. At one point in time, going to get your INR level checked would include you going to a lab, but now there are at-home INR monitors where you can check it on your own, report it to your doctor, and they tell you what adjustments you need to make, even on your warfarin dose. We see that happen all the time. It's really kind of frustrating for pharmacists, because when we have warfarin prescriptions that come through, and it'll say, take this amount, alternating with this amount, and as directed by physicians. Well, it's kind of hard for us to put a day supply on that, because your warfarin dose can kind of, go up and down. And before we know it, you're out of your warfarin before you're supposed to be. And your insurance is saying, hey, this should have lasted such and such amount of time. Well, your doctor's adjusting your dose based on your INR. It's really kind of one of those special areas, and a lot of people are really getting away from taking warfarin, but that'll be a whole nother subject for another time. So that's one drug interaction. Is actually the most major drug interaction that there is with vitamin K. Is something that your doctor should talk to you about when starting warfarin. And if they don't, your pharmacist should at least talk to you when they're dispensing that warfarin to you for the first time, because the two will go against each other. They also will talk to you about what foods you eat. If you were that high spinach, kale, broccoli eating person, that's going to affect your warfarin levels. So keep that in mind. Another drug interaction is prolonged antibiotic use, specifically the cephalosporin class. That's going to be like Keflex, Omnicef, things like that. Antibiotics typically aren't given for a seven. They typically are given for a 7 to 10 day, sometimes 14-day therapy. But if you are on extended amounts of antibiotics, say you're on for 3 months or something for a really weird case, and I've seen it before, that there are patients who are on antibiotics consistently for different things, including sickle cell. That's one thing I've seen people with on antibiotics for long terms for. If that happens, so vitamin K is kind of started produced in your gut, and it helps to the bacteria in your gut affects the absorption of the vitamin K. So if you're on an antibiotic for an extended amount of time, antibiotics don't know how to get rid of one specific bacteria. They kind of go after them all. And that's what happens if you've ever had a pharmacist or a doctor tell you, hey, take a probiotic when you're taking that antibiotic. Is because it's getting rid of all your bacterial gut stuff. Is the healthy bacteria that's in your stomach, it gets rid of as well. So that's what's happening with vitamin K, and how antibiotics are affected by, or vitamin K is affected by antibiotics rather. Because vitamin K is related to the bacteria in your gut, when an antibiotic comes on the scene and you're on it for an extended amount of time, it gets rid of your good bacteria and your bad bacteria. Um, is that a good thing, Mama V? As far as the antibiotics getting rid of the good bacteria, um, not necessarily a good thing, but it's something that you can't avoid when you are getting on an antibiotic. So that's why we encourage you to take a probiotic during the time that you're on an antibiotic, because the probiotic puts back the good bacteria that the antibiotic is getting rid of. So if you're on a regimen of say amoxicillin for 7 to 10 days, and you should be taking probiotics during that 7 to 10 days to put back the good bacteria that's needed in your stomach. So that's that. Sorry, but allergies are getting to me today. Alrighty, so bile acid, yes, to answer your question, Mama V, the probiotic is the balance. Is what comes in to balance out the bacteria when you are on an antibiotic, and it also help prevent you from getting diarrhea while you're on an antibiotic as well. So if you've ever had your kids, I know Christian was on several antibiotics when he was a baby for ear infections, like back to back to back. He had to have a probiotic in addition to his antibiotic because the diarrhea was ridiculous. But yes, that will balance out. The probiotic will help to balance that out. Next interaction for vitamin K is going to be bile acid sequestrants. Now, bile acid sequestrants, that's a mouthful. It is what helps to regulate your cholesterol, and most products that would do this, that would interact with that vitamin K, is called Questran or Cholestid or cholestermine. It's a lot of words, but if you're on it, you're going to know what I'm talking about. it reduces the absorption of vitamin K and other fat soluble vitamins because it removes all the fat related stuff through your bile. Now, in this case, your vitamin K status should be monitored if you're on this medication for a long term. There's one more that's a major interaction, and it is called um, yeah, Wendy, those words are it's a lot. But if you're on it, you'll know what I'm talking about because you've seen it before. So cholesterol. Cholesterol is CHOLESTYRAMINE, I believe. Uh, but the brand name of that is Questran. So if you've ever seen Questran, QUESTRAN, and that it's like a powder that you would mix into your into water and drink. That's to help remove cholesterol, the bad cholesterol from your system. It does interact with your vitamin K. And your vitamin K levels would need to be monitored. Let's see. Orlistat. Orlistat is an item that's used for weight loss, and it's actually something that's over the counter called Ally. It's a prescription version called Xenical. Now, Orlistat pretty much removes all the fat that you have eaten through a bowel movement. Because it removes fat, it removes your fat soluble vitamins as well. So, in that case, because you are on something that is removing your fat soluble vitamins, you would have to watch the levels of all of your fat soluble vitamins that you're taking, including vitamin K. I joke about Ally a lot because Ally and Xenical is that item that you would take if you eat a fatty food and you're on this particular medication, you're going to likely go to the bathroom very quickly. Um, it literally takes out all the fat. So there have been instances where we've told people, hey, if you're going to take this medication, it is not white pants approved in the kindest terms ever. It's not white pants approved. So you want to make sure that you are taking a multivitamin to replace the vitamins that are being excreted, for lack of better terms, when you're on this medication. It will get rid of the fat that you have taken in through your meals, but it also excretes all your fat solubles in the process. Fat soluble vitamins, rather, in the process. So make sure to take a multivitamin and make sure that multivitamin has vitamin K in it because there are some multivitamins without the vitamin K, and that was intentional for people who are on blood thinners. All right. So, we talked a little bit about this earlier, but there are actually studies going that are undergoing to see the progress or the help that vitamin K would be towards coronary artery disease. There's has not been actual proof that it would do so, but there are undergoing studies right now to see what effect vitamin K would have on coronary artery disease and whether it would decrease the risk of it or not. As always, before you're taking any of your supplements, before you add on any supplement, before you um, increase a certain, supplement over the other, always talk to your doctor to make sure this is something that you need to do. I do recommend a multivitamin for everyone, and that's just because we eat like crap. As a nation, we eat like crap. Um, so if you are not eating well, a multivitamin helps to give you those vitamins and minerals that you were missing uh, from the way that you eat specifically. So that's really all that there is to vitamin K. It is very short and sweet on vitamin K. Um, if you are going to be one that's interested in that vitamin D, vitamin K2 supplement, please talk to your doctor about that first before getting on it. Um, you don't want to, go to all the lengths of taking your multivitamin plus a vitamin K plus a vitamin D. Just try to get that from one source if possible. As always, a healthy diet helps to get all of those vitamins in. You can get all your vitamins in when you're eating a healthy diet. If you're not eating a healthy diet and you eat kind of crappy, then, like I said, a multivitamin is the way to go. You should not have to add on additional vitamins unless your doctor is telling you to do so. Um, and that's that. Vitamin K is really short and sweet. And if you have any other questions about it, you can always inbox me. You can always, send a message. I'll even drop your questions below, and I'll try my best to answer them. Um, in addition to that, if you have questions about anything else, let's see. So you can take vitamin K in pill form, but should we not take it in a daily regimen? You can take vitamin K in a pill form. It is available in the 100 microgram and 500 microgram. But if you are a healthy eater, say you are taking in spinach, kale, broccoli. If you eat any of those green leafy vegetables, um, turnip greens, collard greens, any of those, you should be fine with your vitamin K levels. Um, I wouldn't suggest taking vitamin K on a daily basis unless you really have an absolute need to do so. Vitamin K deficiency is really rare. If your doctor is instructing that you need to be on a vitamin K supplement, then I would do it. But in addition to that, it's really not necessary. It's just not. I, for one, I don't eat green leafy vegetables on a daily basis, but I do eat enough of it to where I know that my vitamin K levels are straight. And I also take a multivitamin every day. So if you're taking that multivitamin 9 times out of 10, you are getting what you need to get out of vitamin K. Let's see. Any other questions? Any other questions? Uh, okay. So, if you do have questions and you haven't had a chance to put them up here, don't be shy. Hit me in inbox. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. And if there's something that you specifically want to know outside of this particular topic, still send me an inbox. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. Also, I want to encourage you all to like, tag, and share all of my lives. Follow all of my social media. Everything's going to be at Dr. Raven Form D. Sometimes it's the Dr. Period Raven Form D, or just altogether at Dr. Raven Form D. That's going to be on my YouTube channel where you can go back and watch the videos all over again. I've been doing this since January 31st, so there's some videos piling up there. We've been talking about a lot of things there. In addition, you can follow my Facebook page, which is under Dr. Raven Form D, and also my Instagram is Dr. Raven Form D as well, and TikTok, Dr. Raven Form D, or you'll see it say Doc Raven. So go ahead and follow all those channels. That way you are not missing anything. And I will be back. Let's see. Next week, we're going to be talking about calcium and magnesium. I had to look at the calendar, y'all. Calcium and magnesium is what we're talking about next week. We're going to get away from the multivitamins or the vitamin portion of it, and we are heading over to minerals that your body needs. So we're going to talk about calcium and magnesium. We got some other good stuff coming up. In addition, also head over to my website, which is www.drravenformd.com. And there's lots of good stuff that's on there, as well as health talk that I do with my church on a quarterly basis. You can watch those on that site, on my website as well. There's a lot of stuff going on, y'all, but I am happy to get this information out to you. It's stuff that we don't talk about on a daily basis. And the more information I can get out to you, the better and the healthier you are. At least that's my prayer. My prayer is that you become a healthier individual with all of the information that you need to know concerning all things pharmacy. So that's what I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for those of you who tuned in. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope y'all have an amazing, amazing, wonderful, blessed day. See y'all later.